Today, I'm going to explain to you how I was able to finally beat procrastination so I could replace the salary from my 9-to-5 job and gain freedom over my life. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Eardley, and I generated over 7 figures in e-commerce revenue, which has allowed me time and location freedom. So I create these videos on YouTube to help you to achieve the same success. So recently, I surveyed people inside my community and asked them what was the things that they struggle with most while building a life of freedom through their business or through changing the habits that they've got in their life. And one of the key things that kept coming up over and over again is that they couldn't overcome procrastination. And they find themselves knowing what they need to do, but getting themselves to stop procrastinating and take those actions is really challenging, and it makes it difficult to achieve the goals they want to achieve because they can't stop procrastinating over the things they need to do. And so I made this video because I went through the exact same problems and I procrastinated for way too long. So a few years ago, I decided that the 9-to-5 job wasn't going to be for me long term. Back in around 2019, 2020, 2021 was this turning point for me where I was in a 9-to-5 job, but I knew the whole time that I wanted more from life. I wanted to be able to live wherever I wanted. I'm currently here in Montenegro. It's the Bay of Kotor behind me. And this is the lifestyle that I dreamt of just a few years ago. But there was something stopping me from taking the actions to get there, even though I knew that I wanted to build an online business. And no matter how hard I tried to set my goals to watch a video the next day or build a Shopify store or choose a product to sell, it took me so long to actually take those actions because I'd find something else to do. I mean, how often have you found yourself cleaning your room or making your bed or taking an action that you didn't think you'd need to ever do that day, but you decide to do it because it's easier than doing that hard thing that you really want to do? But that's exactly what procrastination is, and that's what it was for me. And even though I knew it was really important to me to get out of that 9-to-5 job and to find freedom, there's something stopping me from taking those hard actions. It was much easier to go on Warzone, Call of Duty with my friends, or start scrolling through social media. So there's those types of things that would be much easier to do in the moment, but they end up leaving you having a hard time in the long run because you're not achieving your goals. But there was a turning point for me, and that turning point came when I started to fear not taking the actions more than I feared taking the actions and building a business. So that was a mindset shift that I had to make. At first, my mindset shift was all wrong, and I was scared of taking a decision or making an action that would lead to a big change in my life. For example, I was terrified of the actions of calling suppliers or building a Shopify store or finding the right products to sell through my e-commerce business. Those actions terrified me because I thought it might be a waste of time, especially running ads to those products and spending money getting people onto my website. It scared me because it is a big risk putting money behind the work that I had done. And there's always that fear of failure. And what if you feel like a complete failure by the end of it? So that was my initial fear. And what I wasn't scared of initially was going to my 9-to-5 job every day. It was comfortable. I had a pay slip coming in at the end of every month. And I didn't need to really think hard. It didn't feel like a risk going to work every day. So with that mindset, you end up just taking the easy action every day. And I ended up just going to work for years in this 9-to-5 job that didn't fulfill me. And I never was taking the actions, and I'd always find a reason why I wasn't going to take the action. So this is bigger picture thinking, but this was the real shift for me. The shift that happened to my mindset was when I actually started to fear staying in a 9-to-5 job more than I feared building my own business. The way I was able to do that was to start visualizing the future of how it would look if I didn't build a business and I stayed in the 9-to-5 job. And I built this fear, which was very real. And I built up this image of what I would be like in 10, 20, 30 years if I just stayed in my 9-to-5 job and didn't go after my goals. And working 40 hours a week with 1%, 2% pay increases every month. Some small promotions to keep you going. That terrified me. It wasn't where I wanted to be. There was nothing exciting about that gradual process and day-to-day, every day looking the same. That started to really scare me when I thought about it. And then thinking about building a business and starting to go after my goals didn't seem half as scary as that life that was guaranteed of not being fulfilled. So that big shift made me realize, okay, now I'm terrified of staying as I am. I have to take action every day to get to where I want to be. And that's the bigger picture way that I overcame procrastination. Now, in terms of the day-to-day, there were still the issues of still day to day, how do I take the action I need to? So there's some different strategies that I used for day to day compared to the bigger picture. Day to day, I was able to shift my actions so much when I purchased, or actually my girlfriend bought for me, a Legend planner. So it's a daily planner where you can journal, you write your goals in from Amazon. And I really owe my girlfriend Rianne for getting this for me at Christmas time, because for the whole next year, starting from New Year, I started to write down what my goals were every day. And the Legend planner is so good because it allows you to write in your goal for the whole year, and then you break it up into quarterly actions that you need to take to get to that goal, then monthly, then daily actions. And with that daily action, then you're very clear on what it is you need to achieve. So what I do then every evening or the very first thing in the morning, I'd set exactly what it was I needed to do that day, that one task that was the most important towards my overall goal. When I had that clarity, I was much more clear on what I was doing. The difference was, for me, before I had like vague goals for the day, and it was take some action towards building a business. It was perhaps watch one YouTube video, or do some research, or listen to one podcast, or build a Shopify store in one day, which was so vague and so difficult to achieve in one day that I just wouldn't take those actions because they seemed so huge. So the Legend planner, what I would do then is break it right down into a single day, and each day I have a very clear goal that was realistic, achievable, and something I could see the result of at the end of whether I'd achieved it or not. For example, call 2 suppliers, or create 1 ad campaign, or build or add 3 products to your Shopify store. It was things that were very obvious, and every single day I had a goal that would allow me to build an e-commerce business and start making sales and start bringing in income consistently. And the reason that stopped procrastination was when I started to have thoughts of, do I want to jump on Warzone, or do I want to start scrolling my phone? If I hadn't completed that very clear task that I had, and if I didn't tap into that fear of what happened if I didn't take those actions, then it'd be an easy choice for me to take the difficult action in the moment and do the work, rather than sit back and do something passive and waste my time. So beating my awful habit of procrastination made the biggest difference in my life, and I was able to take an action every day, and then that action built momentum into the next day. So I was taking action every day, something small every single day, until I had built a business that was paying me more than my 9-to-5 job. And so I was able to leave that 9-to-5 job and start traveling the world while still making the same or growing the amount of income that I'm making every single month. So if that sounds inspiring to you, or if you have found any value in today's video, then subscribe to the channel, leave the video a like to let me know you like this sort of video, and comment to let me know if you struggle with procrastination and what you're going to be doing to help you get out of that habit. If you want to be around more people that are also beating their procrastination habit, then I recommend you join the Freedom Builders community, which is the first link in the description. It's completely free, but join it if you want to get around people to really help you and hold you accountable to get over any bad habits that you might have. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. With that said, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video.